All right, you're a buyer, get ready to buy a house. You want to know how much does it cost to buy a house, and you're very analytical, or you just want to know if you're making the right decision, line by line, what every single cost is and how it relates to, or maybe you're an agent and you're like, how the heck do I fill out an estimated cost to buyer sheet? Hey, you're in luck. Whether you're a buyer or an agent, this video is for you. So let's get started. Here is Oklahoma's estimated cost to buyer sheet. So I don't fill out this side. Check with your lender. Whoever your lender is, if you're a buyer, check with your lender. If you're an agent, tell the buyer to check with their lender on exactly what these numbers are right here. I never fill out this part. I only go over here and start at this section up here on the top right. Top right. I think that's right on the video. What's your sales price? Let's say you're buying a $375,000 home. The median sales price for a house in Edmond, Oklahoma. If you're like, I don't want to pay $375 for a house, don't worry. You got Yukon, you got Moore, you got Oklahoma City, you got Hera. There's other neighborhoods, other cities that you can buy houses in that the median sales price isn't $375. Or if you're like, dude, Josh, I need a 10,000 square foot house. Reach out to me. My team and I can help you. We'll run the numbers on a $2 million house with you via video chat. No worries, we can do that. But let's stick to $375 as the median home sales price for a house in Oklahoma. Loan amount, let's say you're putting 20% down. So let me grab my handy dandy calculator right here. Let's clear that out. And let's say we're putting 20% down. So your loan amount is going to be 80%. Thumbs up, 10,000 gold stars. If you said 80%, the easiest way to get 80% on anything is multiply it by 0.8. 0.8, that's called a decimal. Or you could say it's 8 over 10. That would be a fraction. So let's say your loan amount is $300,000, like our handy dandy calculator just told us right there, $300,000. And when you're putting 20% down on a house, you don't have MIP. You don't have an MIP on it, which is mortgage insurance premium. You don't have a mortgage insurance premium on 80% down house, whether that's 80% on $1 million or whether that's 80% down on $200,000. You won't have MIP at the time of this video. If you're watching this 5 years later, I don't know what the market's going to do. I don't know what kind of Dodd-Frank acts are going to be in place at that time. And let's say we're doing roughly about a 45-day closing. So I'd put us around June 20th as a closing date. You know what? Let's make it at the end of June. Just so that our other numbers are a little bit different. So are you guys following me right now? Thumbs up if you're following me right now on the estimated cost to buyer sheet, line by line explanation, exactly what the costs are when you're buying a home in Oklahoma. $375, $300,000, $300,000. All right, does that make sense? Now we're gonna go over here and click conventional, and we're gonna put 20% right here in this number because we put 20% down because we have an 80% loan. So we're gonna go ahead and put 20% right here. So 375,123 times 0.2, that's 20%. 20%, $75,000 right here for the down payment. So 75,123 right there. And then commissions are 3%. It's what we charge people to help them purchase their homes. But here's the cool thing, guys. And remember, commissions are negotiable. This isn't some standard rate. They're negotiable. If you want to pay us 4 or 5%, we'll absolutely take that. But right here, guys, right here, let's see, most sellers are open to paying that commission. So we'll put seller concessions right there. And then we'll put if any, because most sellers are willing to pay that. Some builders, like I said, they're offering 4 or 5% commissions on there. That's extra because we charge 3%. So if they're offering 4%, that's extra that you as a buyer get to capitalize to buy down your rate or get upgrades. Like maybe you want a fancy fence or a fancy front door. That's your guys' benefit because we do 3%, 250. So right there. So that number balances out. A positive minus a negative of the exact same number balances out. Any questions on commission costs? Any commission questions? Comment down below, or of course, reach out to my team and I. Contact information down below. We'd love to chat with you about your real estate needs, selling, investing, or buying throughout the state of Oklahoma. So loan origination fee, that's between your lender and you. I'm going to go with there's no origination fee. I'm going to go with they're making their money on the points. So appraisal, let's go ahead and put $750. Depending on where you're at in Oklahoma, that's a good average right now. Credit, because of the last administration, they like to rip off people with really expensive credit reports. So it's roughly around 120, 140 nowadays. I like to always overestimate. That way, when you get to closing, the numbers are always less on what you got to bring to closing rather than higher. And you're like, oh my gosh, Josh, I did not prepare for all this closing costs. So I do 140, could be as low as 120. Any questions on that line? All right. Lender's inspection fee, I'm just going to put $50 right there. Tax service fee, I'm going to put $50 right there. Shipping fee, I'm going to put $85 right there. That's an overnight packet with all the docs that goes to the lender. Underwriting fee, I'm going to put $495. Doc prep fee, $425. Flood cert fee, it could be as low as $40, guys. It could absolutely be as low as $40. I'm going to put $80 because I overestimate. These are line by line estimated cost to purchase a home in Oklahoma, guys. So if you're analytical or if you're getting ready to purchase a home, you want to make sure that numbers are correct, that you're being given by someone else because for some reason you didn't call my team and I. This is a great video to use. Or if you're an agent learning how to do the estimated cost sheet, guys, this is a perfect tool that you could use. Use it at your broker training classes on Monday mornings. Use this video, and then when you're ready to make the move to EXP, don't forget, reach out to me. I can get you sponsored. We can get you set up at EXP Realty, and you can use all the systems, the tools, the technology, the training, and the broker support that we have here at EXP Realty so you can focus on your sales and your sales teams. So any questions right there on items payable in connection with the loan? I tried to highlight that, but because I'm doing the screen recording, it didn't let me highlight it. Yeah, it's not going to let me highlight it because I'm doing the screen recording. Any questions on items payable in connection with the loan? No? No? Okay, let's move over here to prepaid interest. So prepaid interest, guys, let's grab our handy dandy calculator. We're going to take that loan amount for the year, for the first year, $300,000, guys. We're going to multiply that by the interest rate. So let's say it's at 6%, 6% interest rate. That gives us an annual interest amount of $18,000. Now we're going to go ahead and simply divide that by 12 because that's how many months are in a year. And that's going to give us $1,500 a month in interest. So we simply take that $1,500 and we type it in right here. $1,500 for 30 days of interest. And you see right there where it says interest per day. What do you think you do with that? Comment down below. What do you think you do with that in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? That's right. That's right. If you said divide by 30, you get 5,000 gold stars. 5,000 gold stars right there, guys. $50 a day per interest. For interest per day. For interest per day. Any questions on the interest and how that's figured in right there? No questions? All right, perfect. Let's move right along. $375,000 house. I'm going to guesstimate the annual interest rate at $4,000, or sorry, the annual insurance rate at $4,250. Let's do $4,250 for your annual insurance policy right there. So 1 year insurance policy, going to have to be escrowed up front, $4,250. And then going down right here, that's that section, paid in advance, your escrows, that's that section. So going down here, hazard insurance for 3 months, you simply take that $4,250 that we just talked about, 4,250, and you divide that by 4 because there's 12 months in a year. 12 divided by 4 equals 3, so that's 3 months. Okay, 3 months is how we came up with that, and that gives you a 3-month escrow on your insurance of $1,062.50. So we plug that in right here, $1,062.50. All right, guys. Now, if you're like, golly, Josh, this is so boring. I'm trying to make it as exciting as possible. But these are literally your numbers when you're buying a home line by line. You need to know these numbers. These are good. When you see what we're coming up with at the end, these are literally what you're going to be bringing to the table. County property taxes, guys, on a $375,000 house, I'm going to say your county taxes are probably going to be about $5,000 a year. So we're going to go ahead and pull up $5,000. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to divide that by 4. Divide it by 4 because 12 divided by 4 equals 3 months. $1,250 for your county property tax escrows. Any questions on reserves deposited with the lender? Any questions on what we just went over right there? Right there. Any questions on that? No? Okay, perfect. We're going to move over to page 2. So far, we've gone over commissions. We've gone over items payable with the loan. We've gone over interest and escrows, and we've gone over reserves. So now we're going to move on to the next page, guys. So here are your title charges. Guys, every title company is different. I overestimate my numbers so that when you get to closing, you're not upset you are more than likely happy because I've overestimated, so you're bringing less money to closing. So closing settlement fee, I'm going to put $475 right there. Title examination, 175. Sorry, 175 at settlement closing fee, 175 title examination, and 175 on the attorney review fee. And then your insurance, your title insurance that says you own this home. I'm going to show you a handy dandy website that you can go get a quick, what is it called? Quick estimate. You want to go to Old Republic Title Rate Calculator. Old Republic Title Rate Calculator. And rate calculator, click on that. Pick Oklahoma. See? Pick Oklahoma. Oh, I don't want cookies or anything. I hope that just goes away. That probably means I agreed to them. Remember we said we're going to close at the end of June. So scroll over on your little calendar to the end of June right there. Purchase price, $375, $375, 1, 2, 3. And your total loan amount, $300,000, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right there. And then you hit calculate. And you know what? Old Republic Title puts it together for you. Thumbs up. Thumbs up if you're thankful the Old Republic Title is putting it together for you. Now, we take this amount right here, $1,099, and I always add $100 to it. So that would be $1,199. Oh, and you want it in the owner's coverage. You want that in the lender's coverage, and then add $100 right there for the owner. So the lender has the larger fee. That's just how it is. They made it to make you feel good or some reason. You're still paying it. I don't know why they did that. They made it so that you feel good about it, I guess. And then the owners, I put $100. And then your gap check fee, I put $125. $125. If you are a debtor, if you've had repossession of anything that's in the court records, but it's not on your credit report, guys, be upfront with your lender about that. Be upfront with your lender about that. Just because it doesn't show up on your credit report doesn't mean title won't find it towards closing. They will absolutely find it right here on the gap check. This is where they're going to find it. And guys, that happens way late in the process. Don't lie on the credit report. Be upfront with the lender. If you have anything on your judgments against you that aren't on your credit report, be upfront with your lender about that so we can take care of that ahead of time. You don't want to be 2 weeks from closing already in on a property over $2,500 because of inspections and everything else to find out you're going to lose it because you lied on the credit report. Don't do that, guys. Be 100% upfront with the lender because the gap check, this gap check right here, is going to catch everything that wasn't on the credit report. It absolutely will, guys. Any questions on title charges? Going once? Going twice? All right, government recording fees. Recording fee is real simple. It's $24 typically. You got to record a deed and you got to record an addendum saying you're an American, buying American property, you're not a foreign national. Mortgage certificate, you have a $300,000 mortgage. Let me show you that number real quick. $300,000 mortgage, $300,000. Multiply that by 1.5, and that is your mortgage certificate, $450. $450. There you go. That goes right there. Termite inspection. I'm going to say it's around $125 nowadays, guys. $125 for a termite inspection nowadays. You know, everything's gone up since the virus, since the pandemic, et cetera, everything's gone up, guys. And then your inspections, I'm going to say it's $450 on a house. But guys, you need to get your sewer scoped. You got to get your sewer scoped. So right here, I'm going to add a $125 sewer scope right there for environmental inspection. But that's not an environmental inspection. That's not an EPA inspection. That is a sewer scope. I'm just showing you the different numbers right there. See, this would be $575 right here if I didn't separate it. So get that sewer scope, guys. And if you're splitting a home warranty with the seller, let's say you're buying a $800 home warranty and you're splitting it 50-50 with the seller, you put $400 right here for the home warranty, $400 for the warranty right there. And then up here, a mortgage inspection report. It's not a survey unless you're literally buying a 4-pin survey. Guys, I can't tell you how many people don't use the right words when they're talking about this. When it comes to title companies, when it comes to lenders, etc. Unless you're getting a surveyor to put pins in the ground exactly where the corners of your property are, it's a mortgage inspection report. Mortgage inspection report. Let me say it one more time. Mortgage inspection report. It's not a survey. Everyone's going to be calling it a survey. It's not a survey, guys. It's literally just a piece of paper that a surveyor drove out to a property and said, yep, that's the right property. They didn't survey it. They didn't get out their GPS reader and make sure that the fence is in the right spot. They drove to it, they pointed at it, and they said, yep, that's the right property. Then they drew on the piece of paper where the house is at and then where the lines are roughly. And that's it. That's it. It is not a survey. Don't let anyone fool you by calling that a survey. It's a mortgage inspection report. And that little piece of paper right there, where the surveyor drives out there to not give you a survey, costs you around $320. $320. So far, with your down payment, $75,000, and all your costs included in purchasing a property, you're looking at $88,980.50 when you're putting 20% down on a $375,000 house. Go ahead and put a $3,500 earnest money check in right there. That's going to bring it down to $85,480.50. $85,480.50. And that, line by line, is the exact cost to buy a home, a $375,000 home in Oklahoma at the time of this video. That's exactly, line by line, what it is. I'm going to go ahead and download this, guys, as a PDF. And down in the link below, I'll put it where you can request a copy of this document. I'll put down in the description below on the video where you can request a copy of this document so you can have that as a template to use on any purchase that you're making. If you're a buyer, my team and I will be making you one of these every single time you make an offer, every single time there's a counter offer. That's what we're supposed to do. That's what the real estate code says we're supposed to do. But if you're an agent, you want to use this as a template on any of the deals that you're doing, and you're not already working with me over at eXp Realty, you got to reach out. You got to reach out so we can work together. And as buyers, if you want to make sure that your agents are putting together the numbers correct for you, and you haven't already hired an agent yet, then absolutely reach out to my team and I. Contact information down below. We'd love to go over the buying process with you, what your numbers are for the amount that you're pre-approved for. And if you're not pre-approved, we'll go over the numbers with roughly what you're thinking about. Then we'll connect you to a local lender who will run you the exact numbers on the loan side of things. So you'll know the buying process, you'll know your numbers, and after you talk with that lender and everything feels hunky-dory, you can hire my team and I to help you with all your real estate needs. Guys, whether you're selling, investing, or buying anywhere throughout the state of Oklahoma or the nation, my team and I are here to help you. And we've got referral agents and co-working agents throughout the nation to help you in any other state. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, give that video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on my next video, which probably won't be boring numbers. It'll probably be an awesome house tour or things you need to pay attention to when you're moving to Oklahoma. Because these videos, a lot of people, they're like, oh, that's a boring video. I'm not gonna watch that video, Josh. I want to watch one of your cool house videos. I totally get it. But these are important numbers that you need to know as a consumer, and these are important numbers that you need to know as an agent. So I still need to make one of these videos at least once a year. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great evening. All the glory to God, and I'll see you on the next video.